Yo, what up, bro?
Okay.
What up? What up?
I don't know what's happening. What's happening? I had that thing set up so perfectly, and that's all jumbled up. That's okay. I get it fixed. So anyway, I want to thank you guys for joining TeamBoydTV Live and our special this year. Wildcard weekend. We got some cool people out there nice. We got the fellas from the notorious AA Sports with us today. I want to introduce first my boy Diego Barishnikov. What's going on, homie?
What up? What up? What up, Big Q? What up, Glass? What up, JB? My partner in crime, that a 6 foot and under post up champ. Hey, what's cracking, baby? Glad to be here.
People, it's your boy Uncle Hate, the other A in AA Sports. Good to be on here with you fellas.
Oh yeah, man, we're gonna rock it out. We're gonna rock it out today. I got my boys as always. I got my homies with me. I got my boy, the Sage of Sports. Glad to be with us in the building. What's going on?
What up, fam? What up, bros? What up to all Twitter hustlers out there? Thanks for joining in on the show on Twitter and on YouTube. Hey, are we on Facebook too?
We're on Facebook too. Oh, that's fine. Okay, that's being order. Okay, yeah, we're on Facebook too. On Facebook, you know, we're everywhere. Yeah, and then of course we got to. I say the best for last.
Come on, man.
Look, I gotta do it. We got the homie Raven show. Got it, Raven. He's in the building. What's going on, JB? How you feeling?
Hey, what's up? I'm good, man.
I thought for the last, like over the weekend, I had to check in, had to send the people down to the Rock to make sure you was okay. You know, because the Ravens, you know, you were in, and you were out, then you were in, and now you're out permanently. We'll see you next year. Hopefully, what's coming up?
Hey, what up? What up, everybody? What up, viewers, subscribers, the internet? Special shout out to my guest, AA Sports, man. See, we'll get back to all that nonsense,
right,
bro.
Folks whose teams are in the playoffs. Ain't no disrespect to nobody, Glad or Diego. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. It's all good.
Oh, yeah. We doing it.
You know what?
That's how we doing it.
Okay.
I'm straight. We was supposed to go 2-14. Right. I'm good.
There you go. All right, so we're going to jump right into it. We got lots of stuff to talk about. We just had our Black Monday. We talked a little bit about it last week, and me, Glass, and JB. And we had Glass, you had a long list, but it ended up not being that many people, man. What we got here?
And the wrong people.
Definitely the wrong people. Let's start with the first one I got on my list. Let's start with Jack Del Rio. Now, it was a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting this, right? And that's the reason why I wasn't expecting it, because I don't think he had anything to do with their performance this season. The same guy coached the team last year. They had an awesome record last year. The quarterback went down. Everybody had him in the Super Bowl last year, right? I'm gonna go down to guys first. Diego, look, Jack Del Rio, man. What you think about this one?
I mean, apparently they know something about John Gruden. Apparently,
right.
You know. Now to me, like you said, same coach from last year. What happened between Derek Carr and that offensive line is my question. Now that's the biggest thing that I saw. The defense was the defense, all right, but that offensive line more or less was where I saw the setback. You know, you bring a back like Marshawn Lynch in there, and he probably cracked 50 yards twice over the first 10 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, you had the story that also came out, I want to say the night that they were in Washington, when the whole, when Trump made the comments and the protest thing really blew up, came out that Derek Carr was not in there with the offensive lineman. There was some beef there. And quite frankly, a lot of people said that they just decided not to block for him that night. So.
I don't know, Glass. To me, I you know, just to go on what Diego was saying, you know, it was in the air. I'm pretty sure phone calls were made. Gruden's name was getting tossed around. I think that, you know, he gave him confirmation that he was coming out of retirement. They make a move. What you think? Because Jack Del Rio is your boy, right?
Yeah. You know what? Just like I heard, you know, to piggyback off of what Diego said, you know, he had a spectacular season last season. If he had any downfall, you was a defensive coordinator, which was your defense still played like crap. So it's like, okay, I brought you over here to help the defense bring it up to the offense, but you haven't done that. I got that. But, to me, of course, like what Diego said, they knew John Gruden was on his way up in there, so we got to push you up out of there. But to me, I'm going to be real with you. What the hell John Gruden done? He been out the game damn near 10 years, and he wasn't all that when he was up in here. So I think he's overhyped, to tell you the truth.
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, you guys have something to add to that one?
Missy joined plenty of fishes.
What I was thinking just now when y'all were talking, did Jack Del Rio make Amari Cooper drop all them damn balls?
I don't think so. I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
Did Jack Del Rio make Michael Crabtree wear that chain again?
I told him not to. Told him not to.
They just got sucked in by that Chucky mystique, man. This was a Hollywood movie. They want to sell tickets. They want to have some limelight. John Gruden, he went 5-4 in the postseason, 185 overall. He took Tony Dungy's team to a Super Bowl. I mean, you know what this is.
I'll play devil's advocate real quick. Even outside of the team that he took that was Dungy's, he still had to coach him. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have to give him credit to some degree for that, and he still went on to win 3 division titles after that. Now they probably bringing him in because you got a young quarterback that you just gave the Brinks truck to, and he's supposed to be a quarterback guru. So I'm thinking that's probably it. And like you said, Hollywood move because of the move to Vegas. But and I'm piggybacking on the Crabtree, Amari Cooper dropping balls. Jack Del Rio also didn't make Marshawn Lynch lose his mind that one game and run off of the sideline and him off a ref.
Trying to be an SJW, you know what I'm saying? AJB, listen, this is the thing, right? So, for John Gruden, and then my question for you for John Gruden, like, these dudes fired you one time, right? And I know it was rumors that they had offered him a piece of the pie, ownership of the team. I realized that that was just something that was in the media. He denied it. Anyway, would you go back to a team that fired you, man? I mean, because his whole thing was the whole fire coaches communion or whatever you call it.
Right.
I don't get
right.
I don't understand.
I think they're trying to recreate the past that never works. I think he should leave his legacy what it was as it is. I think Del Rio is he's a casualty of because they had high expectations. That's McAdoo the same. They were supposed to be a Super Bowl contender and it did not happen. They were supposed to be the Dub Patriot killer and it did not happen. Didn't happen.
So listen, for y'all asking who the new look, y'all must don't pay attention to Twitter. Wasn't here for the open. You know what I'm saying? And I love y'all, right? But these are boys from AA Sports. Got to check the YouTube channel. I'm saying I was all over Twitter the last 3 days. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
If you think about this, is this not the best time to go back to that division? Phillip Rivers is on his way out. Yeah. Alex Smith should be gone. Denver don't have a quarterback. Right. So at this point, I mean, this might be the best time to go.
You're gonna go back to a team that fired you, man.
You know what? You know why he's going back to that team? Guaranteed money at about $10-11 million a year.
Yep. They probably
Vegas in a year.
Right, they've been the potentially best football market ever. Bigger than New York, bigger than LA.
Basically.
And the regime that fired him ain't there no more.
Yeah.
Right.
What the mic
Some of them did.
right now, Pepper's got.
He can't work with the Sun.
Yeah. And then Glass, you got
probably like 15 at the time.
Glass, you got John Fox, who you've been calling for this man's head for years or whatever, But here, look, this is what I'm gonna say about this, okay? And we can move on. But I'm just saying, look, you get what you pay for. That's they brought him in there. Dude when he didn't. Okay, unless you're going off of what he did in Denver, he got him to the dance or whatever, and they got blown out. But and that's how he got the job.
Before we move on, Big Q, they saying that they can't hear your mic is messed up.
I know, I just changed it, so they'll catch it in a few minutes.
All right. You know what? Like I said, I'm here in Chicago. When we picked up John Fox, I told everybody around here, like, dude, y'all don't want this man. He don't know how to adjust. I've seen it in Carolina. I've seen it in Denver. What makes you think he's going to change here in Chicago? The only reason why Chicago got him up because he's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Well, Marvin Lewis said halftime adjustments is a media myth. That's what he said.
Who?
Marvin Lewis said that.
Marvin Lewis doesn't know the word.
Yeah, right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So,
You know?
he was just a bad fit for Chicago. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He just didn't fit for what Chicago needed him to do. You know what I'm saying? So, we didn't have a quarterback at the time. Now we got a quarterback, but you know your time is out. To me, ever since they let go of what's his name?
Trust me.
The black coach.
Oh, Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
We've been down here ever since.
Right.
Haven't gotten any better. He let him go when he was at 10-6. When the last time we seen 8-8? So you know, good riddance. I don't know who we're gonna pick up.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people on the list, but we just have to wait and see.
But look here, Diego. Like, this is the thing, right? How do you? And I've seen this happen so many times. It happened in with the Rams, with Fisher. Like, you get the guy, right, and you know you don't use him right, or maybe he just knew, and then the coach that drafted him gets fired. Then the next guy come in, and next thing you know, this dude's a superstar. You know, I see it over and over again. You know, I mean, was that Fox's fault that the quarterback was trash that they had before? I mean, what's going on here? You know?
I mean, Glass won't say it, but I'll say it. Yeah. John Fox is trash. Okay.
John Fox is trash.
Hey, he took my team and Glass's team to the Super Bowl and lost. But I'm just saying.
Diego ain't mad about that. He's happy with everything in Chicago right now because they gave him his quarterback of the future, next to nothing.
Yeah. Yep.
Sure enough. And look, this was one that I told you about, JB, and y'all was disagreeing with me. I told y'all that Chuck Bacano was on his last legs. Didn't I tell you that, JB? Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He should have kept his job. I think Lewis should have been out, and several more. The guy, even the guy down in Tennessee, that guy don't seem to have a pulse. He's like a corpse. You know, he has no personality. He's like a analytics type of individual. So I don't know. The players like him, so you know he stay put.
Yeah.
You know, one thing we talk about on our show, we talked about a couple weeks ago, is coaches and coordinators. It's a lot of these cats ain't head coaches.
That's right.
But they're just in the spot.
Like our next guy, Jim Caldwell, awesome coordinator. Under when he was in Indy, they did good things. Didn't he go where he went to at the end? He was a coordinator somewhere.
See, but I think he's benefiting the same way John Fox did, because he got to that Super Bowl off Peyton Manning.
Well, he did.
Right.
Yeah, you know. So I don't know. So I don't know, Glass. You like the Caldwell move? I mean, I thought it was about. I don't know. Caldwell, he seems stuffy, and I just don't see how any player can get fired up behind somebody like Jim Caldwell. I mean, I don't know the man personally.
Right.
I ain't never seen him on the sidelines, but I don't know. He just don't seem like the kind of guy to me. I'm just saying.
But we seen rah guys like Rex Ryan
right.
do nothing. Right. So I mean, what do you have to actually
Morris and other cats like that? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but in Detroit, they never. When the last time they had a running back? A top-notch running back.
They got that dude Abdullah. He's serviceable.
Man, come on, man. Let's be real.
He's serviceable.
They haven't had a top 15 running back in damn near a decade, man. So it's only your hands are tied. You know, I'm not a. You know, Jim Caldwell looked like a straight up mannequin to me. He showed no emotions and everything, but evidently he's doing something good as a coordinator. Now, as a head coach, it's a whole different story.
Right.
But you know, it's more than just Jim Caldwell out there in Detroit making not advancing. Now you got the top paid quarterback out there. To me, he ain't worth his money. Yeah. So they got to change a whole lot of stuff out there.
What's the last big game Stafford won that they needed? That they really don't have?
It's been a while. I mean, I don't know. He was scrappy last year. You know, he did some scrappy stuff last year. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Scrappy.
But Detroit was like, you know, and I had crapped on them for like 2 years in a row. And then they started getting good. And I was like, okay, well, you know, I ain't going to mess with him. You know, Panthers guy at FSU said he don't believe in him is all. He might turn out to be average. Nothing. Oh, he's talking about Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. But anyway, so then you had Bruce Arians who retired. So I thought he was going to get fired. I thought they weren't going to renew him, but he walked away. You know, I liked him. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I liked him. And then, of course, you still got the open job in New York, which who they got in mind to go up there in New York? They have been talking about for the last couple of days.
Spagnola, who's stepping in, who's an intern right now. You know, he was with the Rams.
Here's the problem. They looking over him again. So, you know, when Coughlin left, I thought Spags would have been the next in line, but I guess they saw him go out and do his own thing and kind of fail a little bit. And so they jumped over him and put McAdoo in this place. So now they got him as the interim, but now they think about bringing somebody else in.
They're
Diego,
talking about bringing in the OC from the Patriots.
right?
What's
You
his
know,
name?
Right.
McDaniels, right?
McDaniels, right?
Yeah. So
I'll say this about some of these coaches, because one thing I do want to see stop is the retread cycle keep going over and over and over.
That's right.
I think what we're going to start seeing is some of these young coaches, especially with, I mean, we didn't record-wise make the playoffs, but you got your Kyle Shanahan, your Sean McVays, you got your Josh McDaniels, these younger guys that are more in tune probably with some of these younger guys, team-wise and the quarterbacks. I think that's where we're going to probably start seeing a lot of difference go about.
But it's weird because, you know, every year they always throw out McDaniels and Patricia's name. And, you know, and McDaniels, you know, we saw him go to Denver and, you know, and try an experiment down there with Tim Tebow. Well, he drafted Tim Tebow. He didn't get to coach him, though. But,
Don't remind me.
But people don't realize Patricia ain't going nowhere. Like, this dude is waiting for his keys to the car, right? Because he know they coming, right? You know what I'm saying? So,
He's going to be right there with that damn pistol in his head.
Right, like they be calling this dude all the time. He is not leaving, JB. So, JB, do you want to see Matt Patricia, you know, finally, like, 'cause look, this will be the first time in a long time since I think Dungy and Caldwell that we see the torch get passed like that, right?
Well, yeah, but I agree with Diego, and I say this on the show pretty much every week, even when it comes to quarterbacks. Stop recycling the garbage.
Right.
Get a fresh look. I mean, some of these old philosophies from these coaches don't work with these newer players. The new game, the game changing, players change, the mode of certain positions has changed. Why not change some of these old philosophies and these washed up coaches? I was sick of it.
It goes back to what Diego said earlier. Well, you know, you got coordinators and you got coaches, and some people are just better at being a coordinator, and some people are, like Rex Ryan, hell of a coordinator, his brother too, right? You know, other people just hell of a coordinator, and other people who just, you know, they just got the head coaching thing, like Sean McVay, like his first time out, and he doing big things, man. Like, you know, even what's the dude in Philly, Peterson. You know, I wasn't a fan when he came on board, dude doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hate on those guys, you know. But what we can talk about, okay.
One thing about that, me and you know about this, Big Q. Dave Gettleman's in charge up there now.
Oh yes, you know what? So my girlfriend is a big Giants fan, right? And she didn't want, like, when they first started interviewing Gettleman, she didn't want him to come up there because she didn't want the drama that happened here in Carolina. And I was like, well, listen, you can say what you want to say about Dave Gettleman. He arrived in Carolina. They won all them division championships, went to the playoffs all them years, went to the Super Bowl one year, and then they fired him. I said, you ought to be lucky to get somebody like Dave Gettleman up there in New York.
I got a feeling that he's going to be the one to walk Eli out the door.
Maybe.
I got a feeling.
All right, JB, let's dive into this in a little bit more, man. Marvin Lewis re-signs 2 years with the Cincinnati Bengals. We talked about it a little bit. You know, we talked about that. But then, of course, you got his buddy, Jay Gruden. This is what he said about his quarterback. He said that Kirk Cousins was a very good quarterback, but he didn't feel like, you know, he wanted to look at other options. So let's go with the Washington situation first, JB. If you Kirk Cousins, what's your move?
Go get paid. This guy been waiting to get paid for 2 years now. It's 2 years too long. Yeah. Especially in football, anything can happen. If they don't want to pay him, he'll get paid somewhere. And if they smart, they ain't had a franchise quarterback since Mark Ripken. So you better try to keep Cousins, but they'll screw it up.
Diego, they roll the dice on this man 2 years in a row, right? He apparently wasn't good enough for them to sign long term, but he was good enough to give $45 million to over a 2 year span, right? So, if you the Washington team, what's your move?
I mean, because if you tag him, you're looking at like 35 million now. Right. And if you do that, that just further shows your incompetence in the front office, because you could have signed him off rip and been done with it.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think they will resign or tag him. I don't think they will. But we're talking about the Redskins, so who knows?
Right.
Now, if they don't tag him and he's going to the open market, I firmly believe that Blake Bortles is going to throw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks in this playoff game and destroy their season.
Wow.
And after in the last couple of weeks, he has turned back into the Blake Bortles of old, and Tom Coughlin is going to kindly push him on out the door. Wow. And that may be a spot for Kirk Cousins. Some of these other fringe teams, that hovering around 8-8 may be a nice spot for him. Trying to think right off the top of my head.
Miami.
I'm looking at a spot for him. And I got my calculator right here. I need Glass to explain to me how they gonna do that magic.
Right, that's what I was getting ready to go to Glass, right? Because me and Glass done talked about this. We done talked about this. Look, they got 3 quarterbacks that they done messed up with the Brock Osweiler and Paxton Lynch and what's the other guy, Simeon. They done painted themselves on the corner. We talked about this, Glass. Yeah, how they make that move to get Kirk Cousins when ain't nobody want them quarterback. Look, Osweiler done been to 2 teams already. He came back home. So.
Listen, this how it's gonna go. We already know Kirk Cousins out the door. I can't see, but then we talking about Washington. But Washington better not pay him no $34 million. They can't afford that. Number one, if you would have had, just like I think Haight said it, if you had your business at the beginning and signed them, you wouldn't have to pay half the money that you paid them already in 2 years. Number one. So I know they stuck on stupid, but I can't see them being that idiotic by go ahead and franchise them again. Now, with that being said, I seen I think Bronco Fanatic over here on YouTube put it out there. Gonna pull out the calculator, crunch them numbers, get Cousins up in here. We got the number 5 pick in the draft. Go over there and get Saquon Barkley from Penn State, and we set. We back in the.
He gonna holler at that dude from the Cleveland Browns. Joe is in the building.
5 for Cousins?
Say
What's that?
it again.
Would you give up 5 for Cousins?
Oh heck, man! Listen, right now at this time, I'd be fine with Jimmy G. We should have had since the game. No, that was Bears. We should have had. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm cool with anybody that's mediocre.
But how would you dispose of 3 quarterbacks that's under contract? That's gonna take a big cap hit. You ain't be.
I'll take that. We took a cap hit before when we got paid Manning.
It won't be that bad because Simeon's still on that rookie deal. He was 7th round.
I think the other one is still
on the 1st round.
Right.
Osweiler's on a 1-year deal. The bigger issue is that his money.
Right.
Joe is in the building, Glass. You know, he repping his Panthers. I mean not Panthers. The Falcons. He talking about Falcons rising up and stuff. You know, he says. What did he say?
All I gotta say is, you know, that famous cut from the Brand Nubians, punks jump up to get beat down. That's all I gotta say.
All I wanted to see from the beginning of the season, in all caps now, is to be in a position to make a run in the playoffs, whether the Super Bowl hangover storm. Let's go. Oh boy! Look, see, this is why I told you last week, I really wanted the damn Falcons to get out of the playoffs. I didn't want them in the playoffs at all. Just like, you know, my other brother came over here yesterday, all upset because I was on the show last week saying how I wanted the Titans out, right? And they both slid in, man, and I was like, damn, you know. But you know, I can't mess with Joe and his Falcons right now because, you know, as a Panther fan, we got much bigger fish to fry. So I ain't even gonna mess with him right now. All right. So JB, I think I had mentioned you a little bit earlier on Facebook. I was saying I saw a thing come up saying from 5 years ago, Ray Lewis made his retirement speech. On the very same day, 5 years later, he got selected as one of the final 15 in the Hall of Fame. How you feel about that, JB?
It should be there, in my opinion. You know, I mean, I can't think of any line or anybody in his position that's eligible right now. I mean, I know Brian Urlacher's in there. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think that's pale in comparison. So in his position, I think he should go.
Oh, okay. Also, so fella, what y'all think about this whole Randy Moss, Terrell Owens situation? Because you know, both of them ain't going in right now. You know that, right? I'm saying so.
About that before we went on. If you had one game to win, one game, you taking Moss to T.O. Me, myself, I got to win that game. I'm going to take T.O. because he's going to play the whole damn game.
Well, there you go. But also, I feel like you're right about that. But I feel like if it come down to that catch, you know, I got to go with Moss. You know,
I'm going with Moss.
Yeah, I'm going with Moss.
I'm taking Moss.
Yeah, I don't know. What y'all think? Diego,
I'm taking Moss.
I like T.O. because I'm looking a little bit outside of just the catches and the receiving. I'm looking at the run blocking.
Okay.
I'm looking at that as well. So I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. You
can't go wrong with either one. But damn, did Moss ever run anything but a go route?
But look, that's all he needs.
That's it.
That's all he needs.
You know?
I mean,
throw that hand up.
You didn't see how he was styling over Revis when he was playing with the Patriots, man?
That don't translate when you get older, and you saw once he went.
Right. Oh, my boy Steve is in the building. Remember Steve from the Gutterman thing we did, Glass? Yeah, he's in the building. He said Moss is a game breaker from any spot on the field. He said first. Steve, you saying first ballot with what's the Ravens?
First ballot with Ray.
Ray. Okay,
Ray
so
Lewis?
that's right. So y'all kicking Urlacher out, right? Y'all don't want Urlacher going in
Oh
right now.
no.
Okay.
He gonna
Now,
get
that's
in,
what-
but not right now.
So between Randy Moss
gotta
and
wait.
Owens,
Yeah.
the majority of us, since there's 5 of us, now we got a tiebreaker. Y'all saying it should be Owens over Moss. Owens over. Just think about that for a second. Owens over
No,
Moss
I mean-
for Hall of Fame.
I like Moen.
No,
I like
I'm
Owens.
saying that-
It can go either way.
Right. Go ahead, Diego.
I think they
But
both
you know-
should be in. I think they both either going to go in or they both going to get held out again.
Okay. And JB, what you want to say?
I think it's a travesty that Chris Carter is in before either one of them. But go ahead.
You're right about that. You're right about that. So what about So look, we got another wide receiver. We got Isaac Bruce in there too. You know, great
I like
show on
Isaac.
turf and all that
Not
stuff.
yet. Not yet.
Right, but
If
then
he
you got-
goes
Isaac-
before these two
Isaac
cats,
Bruce, I mean.
he'll get locked up this weekend.
Right.
Hold on though. Hey, now the way I'm thinking, and you know, just so you don't have to deal with this Randy Moss, Terrell Owens bull crap. Watch Bruce be the one to go in. Out of them 3 wide receivers.
No.
Oh
Watch
no,
him be the one to go in.
no.
So you got
You heard he's been politicking lately for it too.
right. You know what I'm saying?
How's Bruce up for it and Holt is not? Is Holt already in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think
No.
so.
Oh, that's no.
All right, JB, you're gonna like this one. What about John Lynch and Brian Dawkins? I know they played 2 different. They both safeties, but one free safety. You know. So what you think about those guys? I know you like them. You like them defensive players.
Well, just like Bruce, Lynch benefited from a good defense. Brian Dawkins been on some dismal teams and he still shined.
Right.
I mean, it's a tough thing. It's gonna come down to numbers, legacy, Super Bowls, and you know, the hat gonna get tilt to Lynch, obviously, because he got the hardware.
Yeah. So how many, Diego? How many? Do we only have 5 going in the class? Is that right?
Well, I think it's however many get a certain percentage of the vote,
Oh, okay.
60, 70% of the vote. It's usually around 4 to 5, maybe 6 if they throw a coach or a contributor in there.
Mm-hmm.
We know Ray Lewis is going in. That's about the only lock that I see.
Yeah.
Isaac Bruce, probably not. I mean, I think one of these linemen, like I think Alan Faneca, Tony Buselli, one of them might get in
Yeah.
before any of these receivers get in. Honestly,
Wow.
not that I would personally put them in, but just trying to think how these voters think, because it's a lot of politics involved.
It is.
Oh yeah.
You got Ty Law from, you know, he did some big things with the Patriots, and you know, he played for some other teams for a little bit. I don't think he gonna make it because I just don't really see too many cornerbacks getting that kind of shine glass. I just you know, I mean, eventually you got to put some cornerbacks in there. You got to put some in there, but you know.
What, quarterbacks? Why you gotta
Quarterbacks.
put some in there? Oh, corner. Right,
Yeah,
right. I'm
you
sorry.
know. So Joe says Owens over Moss as a player, but Moss was that man. Steve says he agree with that. Carter shouldn't even be in there yet. But you know, he did have to wait like how many years? 3, 4, 5, 6 years. All
Yeah,
stars
right.
with Moss and Carter back in the day. Always a TD on Dreamcast. You wild.
Hey, but didn't Chris Carter snub Owens his first time up?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, it was something like that,
Yeah,
right?
that's
You know,
that's
something
bad.
like that.
But you know one thing Moss got working for him, and it worked for Michael Irvin, it worked for Chris Carter. That media shine, they forget all of that. Everything you did, they forget.
Mhm.
As long as
Yep.
you want to be smiling and balling.
Yeah.
So
So you know,
Meanwhile, T.O. is still going on first take
Right.
and undisputed crying.
crime. But
Yeah.
you know what? But think about it. Chris Carter did the same thing. He was all over ESPN a few years ago, talking every year around this time. Oh, I don't know why I could, you know. And then when he finally got in, he made a big deal about it and had an attitude with everybody, and that kind of thing. Joe says Dawkins all day, every day. You take Dawkins away, team takes a hit defensively. Lynch, whatever, but Dawkins was like the Ray Lewis of the secondary. Steve,
Yeah.
one thing I like
agree.
about Dawkins reinvented his career with Denver. You remember they thought he was done in Philly.
Yeah, yeah.
About what 3, 4 more good years out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So
and like
Steve-
I think JB said it, as good as Lynch is, not to take anything away from him, he benefited from being on a great defense.
Absolutely.
Great
Absolutely.
defense.
Yeah.
When you have a pass rush like they had,
Mm-hmm.
I can play corner.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
to what Steve said in the comments, he was saying the media will get you in if they like you, you're good. And this is what's going to decide what's going to go down between the wide receivers, Owens and Moss, right? Because, you know, Skip Bayless, among others, and Colin Cowherd and a bunch of other people, done put Terrell Owens in such a hole. And then heck, I'm super smiley, you know, country accent. I love white people, Randy Moss. And I mean, like,
Hey, well, but he's still relevant. He's still relevant. He's still
Right.
on the media. He does shows. Isaac Bruce was a forgotten guy up until, I mean, everybody remember the Greatest Show on Turf, but Torrey Holt's name come up, Warner's name come up, Marshall Faulk's name come up. I mean, you have to be a football guy to go through and know what that whole roster was like. Yeah. So they just threw him in there to make it interesting. They'll pick him over Terrell Owens because of his attitude and who we know who he was over the years.
There is another
Bruce may already be in there if he had not wasted his another year or two messing around with us. He probably would have already been in there. Right. So.
Yeah.
They can always be scared of you like they are Marvin Harrison. Then they'll put you in because the tops.
So look, I know what everybody here. I know what everybody here in the comment. I'm talking to the audience. I know what y'all here to see, and we getting ready to go there. We getting ready to pick the games for this weekend, and this should be good. And JB, listen, I'm gonna preface this by saying this: don't be hating, okay? Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Don't be hating, dude.
Don't
be salty.
Hey, you got me on this platform. You want my opinion? I'm coming in.
Well, let's go there. Tennessee versus Kansas City, right? This is our Saturday. This is our Saturday AFC game, right? Tennessee is a team that I didn't think deserved to be in the playoffs, just like I don't think the Buffalo Bills deserve to be in the playoffs, just like I don't think the Falcons, and I said it, Joe, right, and Aries and them, I don't think the Falcons deserve to be in there either, right? But Tennessee, they there, and they're going up against Kansas City. All right, Glass, you up first. What you got, bro?
Man, come on. You already know, man. Tennessee Titans just better be happy they up in there. I think they overrated. Mariota, hell with him. He ain't all that. Yeah. They're playing in Arrowhead Stadium, the hardest place to play in. One of the top hardest place to play in. Kansas City seems like they got their legs now. They got everything running. I think they're gonna run them out the stadium, man. I got the Kansas City Chiefs over the Tennessee Titans.
Wow, that's a pretty compelling argument right there, Mr. Diego. What you see in this game?
All right. First of all, I'll just put it out there that the Chiefs made me so mad middle of the season.
Yes.
About week 12, I vowed to never pick them ever again for the rest of the season.
They did mess us up for a little bit, didn't they?
But playing Tennessee, I look at Tennessee and what do they do great? Nothing.
Well, they got a decent running game, man. You know, and Henry and
Marco Murray's hurt.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Marco Murray's hurt. And it's going to probably be 1, 2, 3 degrees in Kansas City. Okay? I'm taking Kansas City in this game to cut to the chase. I'm not a believer, especially this season, not with Malarkey as the coach and Mariota's development. Haven't seen what I wanted to see. They are only in there by default. The AFC was trash this year.
Right.
Yes.
Okay? How do you lose 3 of your last 4 games and still end up in the playoffs?
Well, Jacksonville did, and some other people lost their last couple games too. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. JB, did I go to you already? Yeah, it's you, right? Yeah. What you got in this game, JB?
I'm taking Kansas City as much as I would like to see all types of and several upsets. It just don't the numbers don't add up. Kansas City's playing at home. It's gonna be cold. Yeah. Just like Diego said, what does Tennessee do good? And it's whatever they could do good, like far as Mariota scrambling, that's not gonna be there.
Right.
You're gonna be facing a real good corner. It's just no playoff experience. Dick LeBeau, all they like to do is blitz. Probably not gonna work out for him.
And hey, listen, we saw, and I know week 17 and this week 16 and 17 is kind of hard to kind of judge stuff because all kind of weird stuff be going on. But man, I saw some. Look, I do like the fact that Kansas City done came back on again. And like Diego said, like they let us down in that lull. Them 5 or 6 games, man, had my picks looking ridiculous or whatever, right? But it looked like they're back though. The KC4 is back in the building, and they look like they're ready to smash some stuff. What you got?
This feels like a trap because it does. It feels like a trap because Alex Smith's arm is weak. It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah. But how strong do you need his arm to be when you just get a ball to him and let him run the end around? Like, I mean, how strong is his arm got to be?
They're not going deep. They're throwing bubble screens.
Right.
Kelsey.
Y'all woke up Sunday morning. Would y'all be surprised if they lost this game?
No.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm gonna take Kansas City cautiously because I don't trust Alex Smith's arm.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't surprise me if Tennessee won.
Bronco fanatic. Look, I know he's spitting this because he's a Broncos fan. But you know, we talking about KC can't win at home in the playoffs. Like, look, I know where you're coming from. You know, but they gonna win this game. So you know,
hold on. Hayden, who did you pick?
I'm gonna take Kansas City because they have the better team, but it feels like a trap.
Steve said KC gonna run the ball 35 times with Kareem Hunt. I mean, like I said, Hunt, Kelsey, Hill, and what's the other one? Smith. That's the KC4, right? They've been playing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So, and look, they got a easy. I ain't gonna say easy. They got a playoff opponent that's give them a little bit of advantage to win the game. I think they in better position than some other teams in the playoffs. You know, with their opponent. Okay, so let's take it to the NFC now. I'm gonna need some folks in the comment section to kind of pump the brakes a little bit. We got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Rams. And look, Joe, he's talking about I got the Rams. He already know I got the Rams. No, I'm not saying that. But y'all can't beat the Rams. Glass, what you got?
Atlanta Falcons look good recently, but they inconsistent. Rams, they know what they're doing. They've been consistent throughout the whole season. The rest of their players last week to prepare for this week. Nothing against Atlanta Falcons, but yeah, Rams gonna get this. That's what I got the Los Angeles Rams.
I don't know about that. I hate. Where you going with this one?
I'm gonna take the Rams, and Todd Gurley's gonna have 527 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns.
That sound about right.
You know what? I would have been shocked, but I see him winning the colors.
Right.
That makes sense.
So, JB, what you got?
I'm taking Atlanta, man. Playoff experience. Okay. I'm taking Atlanta Falcons, man.
How much playoff experience exactly?
I think this these young quarterback now, excusing Nick Foles, but because he's gonna choke. But the rookie quarterback, they was gonna hit a wall anyway, so this is the time.
So look, I'm just gonna rally the audience up real quick. Exactly how much playoff experience you talking about, JB? That was in playoffs last year, but then before last year, when was the last time they was in play? I'm saying
they represented your division in the Super Bowl. Big.
I think they represented our division in the Super Bowl the year before.
But we ain't talking about the Panthers though. We're talking about Atlanta versus the Rams. Okay. Chill out, man. Golly.
Yeah, you see how these niggas do, man. You see how they do, man.
Hey, I'm taking Atlanta. I think they got something to say about this this Carolina New Orleans 3-peat. They gonna have something to say.
I don't know. All right, Diego, where you at? Oh, muted yourself.
You muted yourself, bro.
All right, my bad. Yeah, I had to break part, so I had to take myself off. I feel they build a little bit on the experience though, because I've been saying not only about the Rams, but the Eagles before Wentz got hurt. Come playoff time, to me, young teams normally have to get there and get their heart broke before you can come back and really go there. With that said, though, the Falcons, they got the experience from last year, but I'm going to take the Rams due to the home game and Todd Gurley. I know Atlanta defense is ranked statistically not that bad. What I see with my eyes on the field doesn't add up to what they are ranked statistically. I think you can run on them and run on them a lot. I'm taking the Rams.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it, Joe. Let's do it, bro. He's like, got the all caps popping right now, Jay. I know you like that, right? I remember when Todd Gurley actually had 500+ yards on Vic Beasley and Grady Jarrett versus Clemson in the senior year. Don't tell nobody. So the Panthers fan might be on the
senior year.
Senior
year.
Matt Ryan
we're going on with it. Man, please.
Steve said Matt Ryan gonna throw 3 interceptions in the red zone. So I wish I did that, in our game. But I'm just saying. Go ahead, Diego. Muted yourself again.
Mute yourself.
Another big thing about the Falcons, I haven't checked on it today, but Adrian Claiborne going out last week with that calf strain. He was one of their big pass rushers because Vic Beasley has been non-existent this year.
Right.
Oh, that's gonna hurt them
Claiborne cannot play. He's not 100%. They don't get any pressure on Goff. Todd Gurley's gonna run. Play action is gonna be wide open. Sayonara.
I'm looking forward to seeing
what good
does with Aaron Donald up that middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I think it's gonna be ugly. Look, I know people they saying this because I'm a Panthers fan, whatever. But I just think that the Rams. I don't think Atlanta's seen nothing like this in a while. You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be ugly, man. I mean, Matt Ryan gonna be running for his life. But that's cool,
is it 4-1 right now? I'm the only one taking the red.
I think so. Steve said Falcons already can't stop the run. So, but the Falcons got a pretty good run game themselves, though. So we'll have to see how.
Well, Devontae's hurt. Remember that too. They've been resting him this week. He hurt his knee in that last game.
Right.
Vontae Freeman.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Need
it's
him.
looking all bad. It's looking like
Need
all
him.
Matt Ryan.
You know what I'm saying?
Bad.
You know? So,
I'm sticking with my pick though, man. I'm sticking with
Diego? What we say on the show? Where Matt throw that ball from, Diego?
His knees.
what?
Everything he got to get that ball 30 yards down the field.
Wow, that's hilarious. That's hilarious right there. Okay, let's move on to Sunday, right? And this one, look, this is what I said for the last 2 weeks. I said, old Jacksonville gonna go into San Francisco and mop them up. That didn't happen. And I said, oh, okay, well, Jacksonville gonna go to Tennessee and mop them up. That didn't happen either. You know what I'm saying? So now they're going up against Buffalo, who ain't seen this and ain't tasted this cake in 17 years, right? Right? It's been a long time for these guys, right? They in murder mode.
Century.
They in murder mode right there, JB. And it look like they ready. They not scared of Jacksonville. What you got on this one?
I'm taking Jacksonville. No need to go. McCoy's out. No, I don't believe in no Zay Jones and Kelvin Benjamin in this type of game.
Right.
Not enough weapons, not enough precision at the quarterback position. No,
hey,
not against this defense.
Look at Kelvin Benjamin didn't get to do this a couple years ago with his boys, right? He didn't get a chance to do this. He getting a chance to do it now. He going up against Jacksonville and that ferocious defense. What you got?
Shout out to all those Buffalo fans who taking their money going to this playoff game in Jacksonville. That tailgate gonna be so lit.
The tables, all that, right?
Jacksonville gonna kick their ass. That tailgate gonna be lit in that parking lot, though.
I'm trying to tell you. All right, guys, where you at on this one? You giving Buffalo a chance?
Buffalo, I thought it was the Ravens. It ain't the Ravens?
No, it's definitely not the Ravens. It's definitely not the Ravens right now.
My fault.
And damn sure ain't the Denver
Hey,
Broncos either.
Glass, this team wears blue, not purple.
Buffalo Bills. Say what?
The team that's playing wears blue, not purple. No purple guys.
Oh man, my fault.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I thought when it was 4th and 12, I turned the TV on like they got them on this one. But anyway,
Glass, that game is over, man. It's over.
Since the Buffalo, oh, don't be trying to get up out this hot shot, bro. You go get
all
this.
over, man. It's all over.
Buffalo Bills just better be happy. 17 years drought ended. Get in there. Go ahead and make your money. Just like Hayes said, they're gonna have a hell of a tailgate party down in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be over real quick. I got Jacksonville Jaguars over the Bills. Bills ain't got nothing for them. But with McCoy out, with the strain, what was it, calf or something? Ankle.
Yeah,
it's the ankle. Nah, man, they don't have a chance now. Jacksonville over Buffalo.
Did I get everybody's pick, Diego? Did I get yours?
No, you didn't. But Jacksonville.
Okay. Steve said Jacksonville 28-10 in the blowout. Okay,
I get with that.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. I mean, I don't think Tennessee. I mean, I don't think Buffalo ready. But look, they're gonna be happy though. But then again, like I said, they ain't did this in a long time, so they might be.
I would say Buffalo is getting the victory because this is the first time they've been in the playoffs in the 21st century. So
right,
that's not a joke. That's literally. Yeah. I think 99, 98 was the last time they had been in the playoffs. Yeah. So they're just happy to be here, and they showing that with donating money to Andy Dalton and doing all of that stuff. Yeah. So,
All right, so then we wrap it up with the main event. And this is what most of the people in the comment section came to see. Now, I don't know what kind of debate this is going to be, and I know when Saints Uptown is in the building, so I want to give a special shout-out to my homie and friend, Saints Uptown, right? The biggest New Orleans Saints rapper that I know. All right, so I'm going to give him a shout-out, so that way he won't be lighting me up on Twitter saying I didn't mention him or whatever, right? So, the Carolina Panthers versus New Orleans Saints, part Trace, right? That's what we had, right? Point Trace Glass. Can we get this done third time? Third time.
All right, I'm about to take you. I'm gonna take my headphones off because I want to hear you when I make my comments.
This is why I came to you first. Anyway. You had something smart to say. They just took his headphones, so he can't hear what I'm saying. See that?
Panthers defense overrated. They didn't step up to par for me this year. If you ask me to pick between Cam Newton and Drew Brees more accurate, more polished. Cam Newton, of course, he got the attributes, the athletic attributes, do what he got to do. But like I seen him in the Super Bowl where we whooped him, if you put a little pressure on him, you don't have enough to
say for that. Oh, here we go.
Two-headed monster and Mark Ingram and Alvin
Kamara.
Yeah, he can. Gonna wreak havoc on that Panthers defense. Long and short of it is, I got the Saints over the Panthers by 6 points.
Okay, well, before I give you a rebuttal on that stupid soliloquy you just put out there, that thing didn't make no sense whatsoever. But anyway, C. McCarver is in the building. What's going on, Steve Carver? Fella, he says, nice hat, Diego. He's a 49er fifth check off in the faithful, right? That's what y'all call? Yes, sir.
What up?
Yeah.
Not a game, baby.
Look, Panthers guy said the Panthers running the table to win the Super Bowl. So many Pro Bowl vets inching to get that ring. Hey, that's what he's saying. Now,
y'all went 15-1, and we whooped y'all ass.
Glad you had a chance to talk. We got guests. We got guests. Okay. Diego, what's your take on this game, bro?
All right. For me, I think the difference is, I mean, everything Glass said was pretty much on point. You got to deal with the two-headed monster, Ingram, Kamara. You know, Drew Brees is Drew Brees. Now, Drew Brees he will throw a couple bad picks at bad times, so we can't just give him that. But I think this is going to be the difference. And I talked to Haight about this a couple weeks back when we were trying to figure out what are the Panthers missing. And what they're missing plays for the other team, Ted Ginn.
Mm-hmm. I can't agree with that.
That speed to take the top off the defense, I think, is going to be a difference. That and Michael Thomas receiving, I think, is going to be the difference in this game. I think the Panthers will be able to hold up against the run, you know. But I think that's going to be the difference. And New Orleans at home with the home crowd already sweeping them. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, but I think the Saints will win a close game. We'll go 24-21.
Okay. Joe crazy. Joe say I'm choosing the Saints for the same reason everybody chose the Rams, excluding the smartest guy on your show. Steve, I can't believe you. Steve talking about 21-17 Saints. Look, I know you're a realist. I ain't gonna argue with you, but come on, bro. 3 times? Really? You know what I'm saying? Saints 40-7. Get out of here. Get out of here, Joe.
I mean, that's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to beat them 3 times in a row.
Right.
In one season. But.
Oh man, JB, did you get my pick? Yeah, it's on you right
No.
Right.
So I'll tell you this, just like what Diego said about not having not only Ted Ginn, I think you don't have really anybody on offense. I know y'all done heard the story before in Carolina. Cam has nobody to throw to, but in this case, if you get behind, and you will, you won't be able to keep up. I think mistakes are there to be made playing from behind against the Saints.
Yeah.
I seen that when they played Atlanta, you know, and they locked up one of the league's best.
Yeah.
So if you get behind with those guys, Burson, I don't know who the other 2 is, you're gonna be in trouble. So in my opinion, playing from behind, if they up 2 possessions, I'm going with the Saints.
Wow. So just like I figured, the comment section is going nuts right now, and you know, and I knew this was gonna happen when we got to this game. He say those games weren't close enough for me to think anything. And listen to I just want to say, man, like, and I know you're a Panthers fan too, but the thing is, the Saints pretty much was the one team really that kind of handed us our ass this season. Like, we took some L's and some other teams, but the Saints really beat the brakes off us, right? And I'm just
both
saying,
times.
I don't think that you can do that 3 times in a row. Hey, I don't know, man. I you know, normally I'm the guy on here, and I always say, well, I don't know about the Panthers this week, you know, but I feel different this week. Hey, I do.
Well, I was thinking about it. The first game, that was like week 3 or 4. Cam didn't have no training camp. His arm was still trash. Threw 3 picks. That was a blowout. The second game, we decided not to tackle at all in the running game.
All right.
We didn't tackle Kamara or Ingram the entire game.
Right.
All them chunk plays in the game, and we still had a chance to win that game. But it comes down to, can we protect Cam, and will he not throw the ball to the other team?
Right.
Like JB said, we cannot get behind. We can't get behind 2 touchdowns. If we get behind 2, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to turn him over. We got to turn Breeze over, and he will throw the ball to us.
Mm-hmm.
I can't not go with this. It's playoff game.
That's what I'm talking about, right? Give me some positivity in this room, because the chat, even your boy Steve, Steve, you in all caps talking about Q, they beat out. Look, I know I watched the games. I watched both of them. I know what happened. I'm just saying, you know, 3 times though, you know, like
relatively.
You act like it can't happen.
It was the defense who gave that second game away.
Right.
I was going to say, because was that one of the games you talked about, the tackling or lack thereof? Was Luke Kuechly still in the dark room off his 13th concussion?
Nah, he played that game.
Okay.
You probably didn't see him because he was running behind 41.
Wow.
You saw the back of his jersey chasing 41 and 22.
Okay, I was trying to throw you a bone.
Okay, so Joe says Panthers take L's every time they rely on Cam's arm instead of his legs. If they jump out on y'all will need a QB arm. Look, this is what I say. I say, let Cam come out there and do what he did against Minnesota. Let him come out there and do what he did against the Patriots. Let him come out there and do that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
We got something on our side, Q.
What's that?
Ain't nobody taking into consideration.
Yeah, what's that?
Cam plays good every other game.
Right. Well, look at the game. It's like
I know this. I know in a game that mattered, that meant everything. Instead of running into the Saints this early for a third time,
right?
The Panthers didn't show up. I mean, it looked the defense especially, because that's what's going to be on the spotlight.
Well,
they got to stop. They got to stop Drew Brees. You have to. And the way y'all look defensively against Atlanta, just it wasn't promising.
Listen. Okay, so Carolina Panthers beat the number 2 seed, right? And who else did they beat in the playoffs already? It's already in there. Look,
Patriots. You said the Patriots. Man, that's on the other side.
That's on the other side. But we won that game. Look, they don't. If they can beat them dudes,
you did not beat Philly.
We didn't play Philly this year, did we? I don't think so.
Yeah, we did. Lost by 5 points.
Okay.
Lost by 5 at home. And
how many you need? How many you need in the playoffs to go home?
One.
I'm just saying.
But here's the thing. Like, look, okay. So this kind of remind me of the situation where we had that home playoff game against the San Francisco 49ers, right? And Anquan Bolden kind of did us in the corner end zone. But, you know, that team, that Panthers team, I think that was Cam's first trip to the playoffs, right? When they played against the Niners in the what's his first
I want to say it was.
You know, and then the next year they kind of went a little further and so on. So I don't know. I just think, you know, Cam thinking about what happened in 2016 with that Super Bowl loss to the Denver Broncos, and you know how long it took the Carolina Panthers to get back to the game. And like, you playing a team that you done played twice already. I don't know. I gotta go with my boys, man. I know the chat is wilding out, but look, I don't know.
I'll say this, Q. It ain't the fact that y'all don't have what it takes. It's there. Will they show up is the question. Right. Because the defense is there. The Glass don't like your defense. I think you got it.
I mean, I think that the offense is a little shaky. I mean, like, you know, Bird is gone. He was a bright spot for a minute. You know, and I still, even this late in the season, Glass, I'm still not 100% on McCaffrey. I'm still not, you know. He do some nice things, but I don't know if I can, like, put my money on him.
But he a rookie, man. You can't expect a lot from a rookie.
Well, I see Alvin Kamara doing some stuff.
If it's a close game, anything can happen. A new hero could be born if it's a close game. But if you down 2 possessions in the second half, I don't like what y'all got. I don't like your chances right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I blame my season on Blake Bortles. This is why I blame my season on Blake Bortles, because they took Fournette because Blake Bortles was so sorry. Wow. If Fournette would have dropped to us at 8, we'd be straight right now. So I blame Blake Bortles.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey, JB, look what we got time to do this week, because we only had these little bit of games that in it's playoff time. We actually got we actually can do some winners, losers, and locks with our guests this week, man. So let's go ahead and pull that out of the bag, which we only had a chance to do this like maybe twice this season, but we'll go ahead and get that popping. So what this is winners, losers, and locks. Everybody picks something what they think is going to be considered a win this weekend, and something they consider as somebody holding a big ginormous L on their back, or something that you just know for sure is going to go down as a lock. We're going to start with our guest first. Uncle Hate, give us a winner for Wildcard Weekend.
LA Rams.
Here we go. Rams. Okay, they move on, you know what I mean? And that's some good stuff, because let me look at this thing here real quick. If they move on, if they win their game, let me see.
Can I throw a little bit of analysis on that? I ain't think about it when I was talking. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the Falcons corners, and you look at the Rams wide receivers, and the way McVay moves them around.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be tough for Atlanta to win that game.
Right.
Not hate because I'm a Panthers fan. That's going to be hard for them to win that game.
I think so too.
I would stick with my point. I'm gonna stick with my pick though, but that all this stuff it don't work in their favor, man.
It don't.
Talking about inconsistent.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins catches a touchdown once every 2-3 games. He do.
Yeah.
And Trufant get smoked about once a game, right?
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, give or take.
All right, JB, you got a winner on the board. What's up? I was gonna poke you a little bit, but I ain't gonna do
it. Man, despite all the insurmountable intangibles of this game's X and O wise, man, I'm gonna stick with the Panthers. I think it's gonna be Coleman's game, and what's my other guy, the other receiver, Tyler Gabriel, and the one that throws. Forget his name. Sanu.
Mr. Falcons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with Atlanta in the upset.
Sticking with Atlanta in the upset. Wow, that's okay. That's gonna be good. I mean, the game's gonna be good, JB. It's gonna be good. I think Atlanta gonna show up, but it's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna be all about that because they shouldn't be there in the first place. All right,
he just said in an upset. That's a Super Bowl team from last year with everybody back, and we're looking at them as an upset.
That's what it is.
That says a lot.
They barely made it in the back door. Yeah. They barely made it.
Go ahead. Everybody back except for the OC.
Yeah.
We don't know when Starker's gonna show up. We don't know whether they're gonna give Julio 3 targets or 13 targets.
Right.
But my lock is the Chiefs.
No, we're gonna win this first.
Don't
lock away too early. Yeah. Don't give your lock away too early. Go give your winner first.
Winners, losers, and locks, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought we already picked the winners. Maybe I'm confused on the rules of this game.
Oh no, you the third.
Everybody pick a winner, everybody pick a loser, and everybody pick a lock.
There you go. Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. All right. So my winner, Jags. I'm going with the Jags.
I like the Jags. Okay. I like the Jags. So as a matter of fact, that's what I got as a winner. I think the Jags. I mean, I know week 17, they call themselves rest and play. I don't know, but that they took that loss to 49ers, and I don't know. Maybe they bounce back from it, but I like them in this matchup against Buffalo, so I'm gonna go with them. They're gonna be my winners too. Glass, you up, right?
All right, my winner's gonna be Sean McVay. Yeah. I know he's a rookie coach. He's gonna be coach of the year, and he's gonna outthink Quinn. I know they was in Super Bowl last year, but that don't mean nothing to me this year. Yeah. Sean McVay gonna outthink, outsmart, outdo everything on Quinn. So I got McVay as my winner.
I like that.
That's not saying a lot, Glass. Quinn's terrible.
Hey, I got everybody's winner, right? I did.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna start off the losers, right? And look, you can call me. They can call me what they want to, because you know where this is going. I think despite all the good stuff that happened down in New Orleans this season, they lost them games early. They came back and won 10, 11 in a row. I know about somebody who did that before. I think my team did that about 3 years ago, but I ain't gonna say nothing. They ain't got nothing to do with us. But it's gonna be sad because they coming to face the bad guys one more time, and they got some confidence because they beat us twice and they swept us in the division. But they're gonna take an L this weekend, and it's gonna be one sad day down in New Orleans, and that's my losers. The New Orleans Saints, because everybody got them in the Super Bowl. That ain't gonna happen in 2018. I don't think so. So Diego, what you got for the loser?
Tennessee Titans.
Absolutely, yes.
Tennessee Titans and that coach Malarkey.
Right.
I don't like him.
I agree.
So look, do you think that because it's still 12 coaches left coaching right now? Now playoff coaches normally don't get fired, do they? Like if they lose, they don't get fired, do they?
He gets fired. God, he should get fired.
They fired Lovey Smith. They fired Lovey. So
they fired Lovey, didn't they? Right? Okay, there you go.
Yeah, especially with your young quarterback regressing.
Right. Yeah.
Recently, they just fired John Fox from Denver.
Right. There you go. Yep. All right.
I fired John Fox from
McDonald's. Yeah. Jimmy, who you got losing this week, bro?
I don't know if Diego said it already, but that's the first winning coach, first playoff coach to get fired at the end of the season. It'll be Malarkey.
Wow. Bad business right there. Okay.
That might be some. I can't say first because they did Lovey pretty dirty.
Right.
So.
All right. Hey, who you got taking the L this week?
The other corner for the Falcons, Alford. He's gonna have 7 penalties, holding.
Wow.
All that stuff he do. He's a walking penalty.
Right.
Woods is gonna work the hell out of him this game.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be confident because they won the 2 games. I mean, I think they should. If you beat the opponent twice in the season, you should feel real good about that. But I'm saying the playoffs is a new season. I mean, that's the way I see it. So them 2 L's that we took earlier in the season, to me, they don't count. You got to win right here. Mm-hmm. And it would be, and I don't want to hear no Saints fan come Monday morning talking about, we swept y'all. Well, we won the one that mattered, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I see it right there. Whose turn was it? Was it yours, Glass?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
My loser is gonna be the team that's not even up in there right now. They wear the purple and black, the Ratbirds. Them fools had a team 4-12 and let a 49-yard pass touchdown win the game and kick them up out of there. So hell yeah, my loser is gonna be the damn Ravens.
You know what? I'm changing my
JB, what did you? I know we guessed. JB, what did you do to this man?
I'm gonna break it down.
You gotta go back. You gotta go back.
Season.
I'm gonna break it down.
Season.
I'm gonna break it down.
You gotta go back and look at the show.
For me, when my team wins like 6 games, I just be quiet.
Right. Not JB. He can't do it, right?
He keep going at you. What's cracking?
Look, JB been beating Glass down for losing to the Giants, right? I think that was that's one of your strikes, right, Glass? He lost to the Giants. Brock Osweiler coming back to the team. So this started way in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
This has been going on for quite a while. So for him to get his cut, I can't hate on Glass right now. I can't do it, right? Because you know what, Glass? I'm changing my pick, right? If I pick the loser to be the New Orleans Saints, I'm putting it back on them, on JB and them Ravens. That's what it's
Easy, man. Because you got the New Orleans Saints going for a 3-peat, man.
Oh,
Calm
wow.
down.
Okay.
You need to put some good juju out in the world.
It ain't gonna happen. Whose turn was it? It was
My turn, man.
Oh,
What is this, locks?
no, we're still doing losers.
Oh, I already picked my loser.
Okay, so it was on you, hate, right? Yeah, you was the last one because you went first last time. So yeah, you should be last. You should be last this time. That's right. Yeah, it's on you, loser.
You picked the corner, the other corner.
Oh, you did.
Oh, you
Okay.
picked the corner, right?
So Panthers guy, as you say, yes, they wanted to win, but fifth seed was a lock. Win or lose, they didn't think the Saints would lose to the Bucks. Yeah, whatever. Where them Broncos at though? Anwar, look, Anwar, you ain't
My man,
man.
thank you.
Hey, hold up. He been sitting in the cut because he knew, just like you should have known when you came on the show today, that you're gonna sit in the cut and be quiet, Anwar, because your team, had 2 chances to lock that playoff spot down, and y'all got kicked out both times. So I'm just saying.
It's okay, man. We all right.
Okay. All right, JB, kick us off with a bona fide lock.
Bonafide lock, even though they're going to lose to the Atlanta Falcons in a close one. Coach of the year and the MVP on the same team. That's my lock.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Good one.
That's serious business right there. I don't know, Diego. Can you top that?
You talking about the Rams, McVay, and Gurley, right?
That's what they're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My lock, let me see. My lock is going to be Tyrod Taylor throws 2 picks to Jalen Ramsey.
Well, that sounds right.
That's possible. Boy, one of them gonna kill him. One of them it might get one apiece. It's gonna happen.
Hey,
maybe I shouldn't just limit it to Jalen Ramsey, but Tyrod Taylor throw 2 picks. I'll put it out.
So what after 2 picks? McDermott set him and bring in Peterman again, and then the other cornerback get 2 picks off that guy.
Then they go up to 7.
I'm telling you, right? Oh man, Jaffe. Okay, Joe says Q asked the Panther fan. I guess he's talking to you. Hate. Did Alfred pick Cam off last week? Come on, bro.
Everybody picked Cam off. Hell, I had a pick last week.
Well, that's an easy one, bro. Oh, come on, bro. All right, Jamie, go ahead. Give us. Oh, you gave me your lock first, right?
Yeah.
It's on Glass now. There you go, Glass.
All right, man. Two-headed monster in New Orleans is gonna run for 230 yards. Breeze gonna throw 2 touchdowns. Cam gonna throw 2 interceptions.
Wow. Okay, so you want to do that, Glass? That's what you're gonna do. Cam gonna throw 2 interceptions. That's what you think. Okay, this is my lock. You since your team already at home watching from the couch, right? You gonna be at on the couch watching my Panthers move on to the next round, and the Saints stay down there. That's what's gonna happen.
I got an extended length couch, man. I got a lot of room for you after this week.
No, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying?
Glad do me a favor, and you make sure that you roll out that dumpster like you tweeted me late at night in a different damn time zone, waking me up. I was already disappointed. Talking about, I'm sorry, JB, we had to roll around and get you.
Wow, that's amazing. Listen, man. First, I want to thank the fellas from AA Sports to come and join us tonight, man. This has been off the chain. I knew tonight was gonna be good. I want to thank us for thank the
I don't think everybody picked their lock at the end. Yeah, Diego, you had one. Hey, you had one.
Oh, I haven't did mine yet.
Oh, you didn't do yours yet. Okay. That's why I said his lock. The Panthers gonna go one and done and lose for a 3rd time with Kamara having 100 yards and 80 receiving yards. Okay. Hey, give me your lock.
I was a bit aggressive when I said Todd Gurley would have 500 and something yards. So I need to recalibrate that.
Okay.
He might have 150 rushing and 150 receiving and 4 touchdowns instead of 7.
Oh,
Okay.
oh my God. Smoking him.
Wow. He said the Panthers hate is strong. I guess he's talking about the guys in the conversation, but wow, this is crazy. It said, y'all let Buffalo get in the playoffs. Sit down. You can't talk. Okay. Talking to them Ravens fans. Talking to Anwar, actually. You say, damn, why so salty when you get a ring recently from the Panthers gift wrapped and all? Talking to you, the Bronco fanatic and you, Glass. You know. So, you know. Good
Let me
stuff,
just throw this out there. It's not a lock or any prediction or anything. Just a possibility. Y'all realize that the Minnesota Vikings may not have to leave home at all this playoff?
Exactly.
Is that what a Super Bowl is going to be?
Yeah, but I doubt that's going to happen. You know why?
Oh, my God. I didn't realize that.
They got the best chance, I think, for the last 4 or 5 years. I think the best chance to do it.
And they have a good chance. They're not a sexy team,
Right.
but
Not a real good team.
you
They ain't
know,
gonna do
Case
it,
Keenum is
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Look, they got a week to chill, and they gonna get smacked around next week. Watch, I guarantee it.
We have a moment of silence for the Eagles, and that boy,
that's the Eagles.
nice. We have a moment of silence.
Actually, this is what I want to say to Mr. Ice Cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say to Mr. Ice Cold. It was fun until your quarterback goes down, right? You know, you had all that fun talking
all
about
good.
last year. And watch, they gonna get punched in the mouth hard, boy. Nick Foles gonna make sure.
Nick Foles was like garbage the last 2 games, man.
Make sure you post some pictures of that new sports coat you got for Christmas too.
Man. So they was trying to set up a Wentz and Golf showdown in the divisional, but
Right.
that ain't gonna come into
No, it ain't
fruition.
gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Fellas, man, listen, this has been gangster, man. It was exactly the way I thought it was gonna be. Very nice turnout, and I know it was mostly in part of you guys coming on board, and I'm glad that people came out to see y'all. But we here too. I'm just saying, hey, you know what I mean? But, look, I appreciate y'all stopping through. Listen, for the rest of the play, if y'all want to stop through, just let your boy know. We'll hook it up. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for showing up and coming have a little bit of fun with us tonight. I want to thank everybody who showed up in the stream tonight with all the cool comments, and I love to see the arguments pop off in the comment section. It's a beautiful thing. And I want to thank everybody who's been rocking with us from the beginning of the season and still rocking with us now. Y'all know who y'all are. We definitely appreciate it. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and let my boys have the floor so they can go ahead and put themselves over. I'm going to start with you, Mr. Hate. Go ahead and let the world know what's going on with you and yours.
You can hit me at RK6000 on Twitter. I'm with AA Sports. AA Sports, Straight Sports, No Chaser on YouTube with the homie Diego Barish. We drop content. We talk that sports, straight sports, no chaser. Check us out.
Definitely like that. Mr. Diego Barishnikov, glad to have you on board, sir. Go ahead and put yourself over.
Yes, sir. Diego Barishnikov, the Black Dominican Russian. Check me on Twitter at Diego Barish. Like my man said, check us out at AA Sportscast on Twitter. Catch our shows on YouTube. And if you listen on the Spreaker app, if you want to go listen to us there, Big Q, Glass, DJ, man, JB, I'm sorry. We appreciate y'all having us on. We were more than welcome to come back at any time. This is one of the better guest spots we've done.
Yes.
So we appreciate it. All the fans out there who came in and checked us out. Go to y'all show, check us out. We appreciate y'all as well, man. We love it.
There you go.
Don't let them boys punk you, man. Do that Ray Lewis dance. Don't
The squirrel.
Yeah.
You know what? I usually don't be on I usually ain't the butt of the jokes, but
Right.
okay.
You usually one day
They
to the
couldn't
mat.
wait.
Yeah.
They couldn't wait.
And that's why I'm going
Nah,
to
I
Glass
couldn't,
next,
no.
because I know JB gonna have. I mean, I know Glass gonna have something smart to say to you, JB. So I'm putting him on first before you come on. All right, Glass, put yourself over, bro.
All right, man. Nothing but love, JB. You know I had to get you back off of this, man. I couldn't wait. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, couldn't wait.
Of
But
course.
anyway, I want to thank Diego and Hate jumping up on the show. All you guys out there, just like you said on AA Sports, go check them out on YouTube. Got some good content, talking a whole lot of great stuff, man. So y'all check them out over there on AA Sports on YouTube. If you don't catch me here on TeamBoydTV Live, you know you catch me at Get With It Sports, place where you get your sports the way you want it. Catch me on Twitter at Get With It Sports. Catch my partner in crime, Brandon, at LEB412. Check out the blog page at GetWithItSports.wordpress.com. Check us out on Facebook /GetWithItSports. You can check us out on Urban Arena on Facebook. Urban Arena.
Mhm.
If you need to get in contact with me, Hit me up. Shoot to Ish. Get with it sports 2. That's number 2 at gmail.com.
Beautiful, Glass. That only took like 30 minutes. Hey, JB, go ahead and put yourself on.
Hey, hold on. Okay, Glass, all is forgiven. Q, we all good. Diego, you call yourself the Dominican Russian? Was that?
The black Dominican Russian.
Get it right.
I like that.
That's
The Diego was Dominican. The barista coffer is Russian. There you go.
That means he under investigation and about to be deported.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting over here thinking about that. All right. Anyway, though, special shouts to AA Sports, Diego, Hate, Glass, Q. Y'all my brothers. But all the people who watching, all the new subs, all the people from AA Sports channel, I appreciate it. I have to definitely return the favor, Diego, and hey, definitely whenever you need me, Glass, I know I promised you a spot or myself a spot on some of the things you do, but you go on at funny hours because you're in a different time zone, so it's hard. But anyway, you can always find me here with a few more shows, and of course on Twitter at Raven Shogun.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And again, I just want to thank all y'all fellas for coming through and making this thing really, really dope. That argument is still going on in the comment section, which is it'll continue, and that's great. But we come back next week. And again, and Joe and anybody else, like if you guys want to come on, let us know, because you know I think I've been inviting Joe on the show for the last 3 weeks, right? Yeah, I ain't heard from him yet. You know I'm on Twitter. I'm at TeamBoydTV. You know, and you know where I'm at. So hit me up there, and like I said, follow us on all our social medias, man. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that good stuff. Till next week, man. We'll see who moves on and who gets left in the dust. And I'm gonna be back next week with a big old smile on my face, and I'm gonna talk some big junk next week. Again, fellas from AA Sports, man, I definitely appreciate y'all guys coming through. Definitely appreciate you had a good time, man. Y'all guys are awesome. And I definitely implore anybody who watching our show tonight to go check out my boys at AA Sports on YouTube. And y'all will definitely enjoy it if you like sports. Anyway, this is TeamBoydTV Live, and we'll catch y'all next week. We out of here. Peace.
Peace.
And we